All right, Bonita Bay Club, Justin Smith, one of your PGA teaching professionals here. Today I want to talk about setup and some tendencies in the golf swing. So here I am with a putter. Now, earlier today, I was having a session with a member that I work with on a pretty regular basis. And he's a drawer of the golf ball. So, some influencers of drawing of the golf ball could be maybe some, let's say, tilt to the right, or maybe this right arm a little bit lower so you can see like a little bit of gap between here. A lot of times when we set up in the full swing some way, whether that be open or what I just explained there, it does trend down into short game and even putting. So let's just talk about that for a second. Now, if I were to set up with, let's say, some right side bend or tilting away from the target and maybe this right arm a little bit underneath it, most of the time this putter is probably going to be influenced to go a little bit in to out. Vice versa. So if we set up more or less, say, right arm, forearm on top and the shoulders pointed to the left, this putter is going to go outside and across the ball. So setup positions are crucial. I've said that a million times. In full swing, setup is probably one of the most important things other than maybe the delivery of the golf club to impact. But we need to understand sort of what your setup is and what it does influence. So I'm not a firm believer that it's just, hey, let's parallel to the target, every time. Everybody has their own tendencies. They could have hurt hips. They could have, banged up knees. So we need to maybe adjust hips or tilts or stance setup positions to help get them to those positions. But I just wanted to touch base on this putting too. So, as we set up to this golf ball, and I want sort of let's say the inner half or the inner part of your biceps to be on like sort of the side of you softly with this putter set up in front of you. I don't want you to bring your hands down to it. I want you to take it from parallel to the ground and just bend towards the ground. So that'll help you get into a better position of, let's say, using, rocking your shoulders as opposed to, so we got this here, bend down to the golf ball. And make sure, if you see this line here with my forearms, it should be pretty parallel. Now this would be right arm on top, this would be left arm on top. So we want to get this line with your forearms pretty parallel to the target line when we create, our setup at putting. It might vary a little bit with full swing, but when it comes to short game, like I said before, a lot of that long game will start to feed into, let's say, green side shots and putting. So here, I guess you can call it, we all have tendencies. So let's know your own tendency and feed off of that instead of just saying, hey, this is what this says or this is what I heard. And they might be right. I've said that before, 1 out of 50 times it suits you. So let's find out what suits you and run with that. So if you have any questions regarding that, please feel free to reach out. If not, have a wonderful day.